Alright, I'm back. I haven't done an update. I think I might have missed last week. I lose track when the last one was, but just want to do another update here. A lot of stuff has changed. I think there's been a lot of growth, so as opposed to the first couple of days where not a whole lot changes. As you see, this is, I believe, the Aunt Molly's ground cherry, the same variety that I did last year. It's the crinkly, kind of wrinkled leaves. This is the other variety, the L word. I don't know what it is, I can't remember, but it definitely is different. The leaves are more smooth, not as wrinkly in general, and see, like, they're just bigger leaves, less leaves, whereas this variety, you see these leaf nodes and they're all kind of a whole lot of foliage different. These have bigger leaves and less of them. I don't know, it's just different. There are fruits in here developing. There's a couple you can kind of see there. I got the new deck box, so I'm using it as a kind of a plant stand now. It's kind of nice to have that so I don't have to bend over with my back. Cabbages are just doing as good as I could be, as hoped for. They did have some problems with slugs, as you can see, holes in there, or cabbage worms, cabbage loopers, wherever they are. But I picked the cabbage worms off. At night, I try to pick off the slugs, and it's negligible damage for the most part. One of them, the last one, it's like I said. I think I said in a previous video. This first one in the row, which was the weakest, kind of the rut in the beginning, has turned out to be kind of the best or the second best. See if I can kind of zoom in there. The head is developing nicely. This one is kind of okay. And this one's the smallest in the group of this row. This one is the prize. Definitely the largest one. And this one did get a lot of either slug or cabbage worm damage. You see how the ends of those leaves are just really just totally missing. Potatoes. I really wish I would have been a little smarter with my variety choices here. The Kennebecs are longer, and they were anywhere from 90 to 130 days, and the Yukons are anywhere from 70 to 90. So the Yukons will be ready way before the Kennebecs, but I kind of mixed them. So it is what it is when I dig them up. I don't want to leave them in too long to try to avoid wireworm damage. We'll see what happens with that. I came out during the one morning, and then the ones in this pot were just totally flopped over. I don't know if it was some kind of strange wind or some critter got in and it was rustling around and then knocked them over, but they didn't seem like they were dead. They all of a sudden just died. It just like they just were literally flopped over, because you can see the stems are horizontal and in vertical. So they recovered since then. They're searching for the sun again, so I don't know what that was about. These ones at the end here kind of flopped over as well. I put my little thing in here in the pot to keep it as a support, kind of, and that seems to have helped that. So I don't know, it's just kind of strange. The peppers I got from Paige's school, my daughter's school. Some kind of hot peppers. I don't know why the flowers are wrinkly like this. No matter what I do, I water, I don't water, I fertilize, I don't. And whenever I grow peppers, I usually avoid peppers because I don't usually tend to have very much luck with them. But you can really see it on this one. I don't know what that is, if anyone knows. Carrots. I really need to thin these ones out. The other carrot pot I thinned out a lot better. But this one I didn't quite thin out enough. I may have to go through and thin some of these out. The other spot I put a couple cabbages. For some reason, the ones in this bed, these two are just like small. They're just, the leaves are just small and they're just different. I don't know why. I don't know what about the growing conditions, why they would kind of, you see like they're just different overall. I don't know if I gave them less fertilizer. I don't know what's going on. Leeks. I don't know. I probably won't do alliums next year. I don't know. They just, I don't know. I don't know if something in the soil, some kind of pest, still a problem. This is a strawberry runner. I'm trying to get to root. I had to develop it. It looked like it's starting to get the little nodules on it, so I threw it in there. I probably could have waited a little bit, kept it on the mother plant, but we'll see what happens with that. Get that to focus. Carrots, I thinned these out. I had the leeks here, whatever, I don't know, whatever was here. No, onions, the regular onions, yeah, in here, and then they all kind of died, so I pulled them out. So I need to thin these a little bit more. Try some in-ground carrots again. Another potted cabbage. Not a whole lot of damage on it, but it's very small again. Ground cherry. I think it's got some, well, it's got buds, not really so much fruit, but as you can see, it does have buds. Regular onions, I had the leeks in here. I don't think, well, the leeks kind of are regrowing. I cut them out at the bottom and look like the leeks are regrowing. So, we'll see what happens with that. The sage. Another ground cherry with, as you see, this one has fruit on there and back there. Let's see what else we got. Oh, more carrots over there. I really need to thin. Maybe I'll do that this morning. Potatoes. Crap ton of potatoes. So we'll see what happens with these guys. I never know with the watering with them or pest damage. I like them. I like eating them, so I grow them. But I always worry. Like the one time I had some in a pot, I emptied it out, and it had totally rotted. They had all rotted because I had overwatered. And then the one year I had a bunch, but they were so small. So I feel like maybe I underwatered or underfertilized or something. So I never know what I'm going to get, but I keep coming back to them. I don't know why. Another potted cabbage. This one's a little bigger than the other potted one, which is odd because this is one I thought was more of the runt than the other pot. I thought the one in the other pot was going to turn out nicer, and this one is turning out a little bit better. Potted tomato, I had to stake up. I came out, it was kind of leaning at like a 45-degree angle, kind of leaning over, almost maybe 70-degree angle, so I had to stake that up. In-ground ground cherries, again, for some reason, doing worse than the ones in the pot, which, yeah, I don't know. I really need to clip out these fruit. I think I have to clip out these fruit and maybe let it focus on some growth. Give them some blood meal maybe this morning, I think. And we'll see what happens. Potted basil, the red Reuben basil. Cilantro. The last of the cilantro I got potted up. These are the original onion sets I got, which, I mean, I guess they're doing okay, as opposed to the second one. The ones in the other bed were ones I ordered after because I didn't want to give up on onions. That's these ones here. They were bigger, much bigger bulbs, three times, maybe 4 times the size of the original bulbs. So they were actually like tiny mini baby onions, as opposed to just a little marble size. Like these were big, but these were the original onions. So these are actually older. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see these start bulbing up. Hopefully. Carrots. Squirrels have got into this pot twice. So whatever these guys are the stronger ones. Whatever's left. So we shall. Oh, it looks like something chewed off the top of that one. See right there? I can't get that to focus. My crappy phone. Sunchokes. Definitely a lot of growth on those, probably from the last video. You see the other one's already 4 foot tall in the back there. These ones I'm just using just to get the biomass from them. They're in a little 4-inch window pot. They're not gonna produce many tubers, but I'm hoping to just use the foliage and the stems and the stalks, chop it up as mulch. Rosemary, squirrel or something got into that, but it seems to be doing okay. It's kind of leaning, but It's all right. Catnip, flowers. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have trimmed it back. I don't know. It bolted. I don't know much about catnip. I'll probably take it in soon because I don't want to lose it. I wanted to get it really big and bushy, and I had several plants. And for our cat, so I'll probably take that and dehydrate that. Maybe do that one of these days this week. The buckwheat, which I'm growing as a green manure. It's getting there. It's not quite the speed that I read online. Maybe we're saying 30-35 days. It could be blooming or be 3-4 foot tall. This is maybe a foot. But it definitely is growing. I mean, I just totally broadcasted seed this. I just wanted to make sure I even overseeded just to get a lot in there and just have it deal with itself being crowded. So we'll see what gets with that. It's still growing. And like I said, I used to put beans in or edamame in the side, but I just want to use it as an experiment to grow it. So I'll let this go as long as it needs, as long as it seems like it keeps growing. I'll let it go, and then harvest it and use it as mulch. I topped off the basil yesterday. That's the common green one, sweet basil or whatever it is. Another purple. There's the ground cherry. That's the most smooth kind. Paler leaves, I think I definitely will give it some blood meal. Maybe I do have a nitrogen deficiency in my soils here. Because I noticed that with the cabbage they were looking pale and stuff, and I gave them fish fertilizer, a couple doses of blood meal, and they really perked up. I was always so afraid of over fertilizing with nitrogen and getting excess foliar growth, but maybe I do have a deficiency. I really have to get a soil test done here. This one in the pot doing better. And then the 4 tomatoes in the back, and the one in the pot in the foreground there. But tomatoes, yeah, doing pretty well. Even got a blossom over there, and that one. And I'm not gonna zoom out on it, but it's there. Trust me. Maybe next week, maybe by next week, you may see a fruit developing. And then one last tomato, I need to do something which you see it's starting to get root bound there. I really need to do something with that. Yeah, so that's what you see. So yeah, the cabbages are coming along nicely. Hopefully by the end of June they should be ready. At this pace, it looks like they could be, especially that first one, or the fourth one there in the row over there. Yeah, but everything is pretty lush here. Besides the problem with any of the alliums, everything's pretty decently. I mean, I probably should have clipped off the fruit on the ground cherries and let them get a little bit bigger before I let them start fruiting, but we'll see. I may trim some of these off just to do that, or I could be too lazy and say it on video and not do it. That would me. Let's just get another picture. Picture those cabbages again. Yeah, it does kind of remind you from Audrey, huh? From Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, this one was the runt, and I was worried it wasn't going to make it. Pale leaves, yellowing, just did not look well, and it's turned out to be like one of the top 3 best ones. And then the one on the end, this one, which was the best one, I thought was going to be it turned out to be the best and the biggest. Still is decent, but it got chewed on a lot, which was a shame. But this one, I'm excited about this one. And it says 6 to 9 pounds. This very well could get there at this rate. So, all right. I guess that's about it. I'm not going to do the strawberries. Should I? I guess I haven't done a video. Let's go ahead and do it. Sorry, I just cared. I don't want to drop my coffee. Oh, I forgot. This is the side centric bed. Developing nicely. I still wish I could figure out what causes. There's one of them here. Oh yeah, this one. This one I had pulled out and I wanted to try thinning it. But then I came out and the top is just crinkled and dry. It's like a common thing. I don't know if something is chewing it. I don't know if it's just a sign of dehydration. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of specific disease with sunchokes. But this, all of a sudden, the completely healthy plant come out one day, and then the top is just dry and crinkly like that. And it's the growth points. It's not going to get any bigger, I don't think. I don't know. Seems to happen in 10-50% of plants. It'll be growing along just fine, and all of a sudden, just poof, it starts to dry out and shrivel. The growth point. I don't know. Volunteer sunchokes that I did not plant. We'll see what happens with those. The ground tree I put here, which is doing okay. I will have to give this a dose of something. Salvias are just completely taking over this area. They want this space for themselves. The black and blue salvias that I got from my brother. And you see they're starting to bud out. And they will be blooming soon. The coneflower purple, the echinacea coneflower, budding out. Should be blooming soon. Peonies, no luck on those again. Now they're getting crowded by everything. This one had buds on it, as you see. It had it last year, and then it got to a certain point and then just dried out. Same thing. Got to a small little point, dried out, died. I may take them out. I don't know. Or give it the third year, but the problem is, again, salvias are just completely taking over this area. The lily back there, I think it's called Touching or Pretty Lady, or I don't know, something. Lady, I can't remember what it is. Every year it gets chewed off at the top by something, and then nothing, obviously, for the rest of the year. This will be the first time I actually get to see it bloom. It looks like it's got 4 buds on it. So hopefully in the next week or two that'll be blooming. That'll be nice. I have 6 more potatoes over there and a volunteer sunchoke. There were more sunchokes. I've been snipping them off though, and mulching them on the bed there. Oh, it looks like there's another one I see in there. I really want to give the potatoes that space. Just want to try something different in there that I don't have to maintain too much. So I put that in there, put a mulch on it, and we'll see what happens. Oh, one new thing that you didn't see last time is the bachelor's buttons are finally blooming. Look at that. Oh, look at a nice in focus shot there. Look at that. Really is a nice, pretty flower. And it looks like there's going to be 5, 6, 7 buds on a plant. There's another one that'll be going soon. But yeah, it came out a couple days ago and this was blooming. Look at that. It's nice. You know, I have a bunch of them up and down the hill here. Strawberries. I've been picking strawberries. Looks like I got 2 more, 3 more maybe to do today, 4 more. I wasn't to pick off the flowers. A lot of people say, yeah, pick them off because they'll set it back. Some people say, you know, I'd enjoy the little ones they have. It doesn't set it back that much, and that way you get a little bit the first year as a taste test. And yeah, so we'll see. I've been letting them go. May as well, right? They're still going to establish. It's not like they're not going to establish. And they'll have a couple months to establish now, so we'll see. I can't really get, but you can see them down there. They're there. They're ripe. And there's another one down there. Not doing phenomenal. You know, because you get this tree here, which kind of really shades the area here a lot. And that tree over there. See, the sun comes up over there and goes this way. And then once it gets over here, it gets sun. But yeah, I planted 3 more basils over here. I needed space for them, so as you see, they're doing all right. I'll transplant chalk for a few days. And this one not looking so hot, but it'll be all right. Another strawberry over there. See it? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, the daffodils, they're done. I'll be snipping those. They've been getting enough energy. I'm gonna probably snip those off so we can use that as a mulch. And oh yeah, the first flush of the knockouts on its way out, especially as you can see on this one. And the lavender, which will be coming soon, which is, we actually have lavender buds. Oh, there we go, let's focus. So as you see, it's kind of, I want to try to pull this back. That's what that bungee cord's for, if I can get another one or two. And then pull it back. It's a shame when I first planted this, I wasn't as planning. I didn't know it would get into growing as much as I did, and I didn't really put it into a very prime spot. It's when it grows, the buds come out, it blocks the steps. It's kind of crowded out by the roses, but enjoy it every year. Make lavender lemonade. I never got around to it last year. Got lazy. I didn't get around to it, but I'm excited to do that again. Make some lavender lemonade again, and that'll be nice. Really, a lot of buds this year. So we'll get some good one. All right, that's about it. Oh, I forgot. I always forget to mention the canna. Again, not the best, smartest spot for them. When I put them in, wasn't a lot of forethought into that, but they're doing nice. I noticed this year, like the last couple of years, they've been getting chewed on by something. I don't know if it was slugs or some other kind of pest, but they seem a little cleaner this year. So, and I didn't actually step on some, or I accidentally pruned it when I was weeding back here. Yeah. See what happens? See these volunteers. I just noticed these volunteer sunchokes. Those three you can kind of see right there. Growth tips just shrivel all of a sudden. The rest of the plant looks completely fine, and just the tip though. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a pest. I don't know. But may as well let this one go. This sunchoke here. And it looks like it's doing this volunteer here. It's growing right outside the bed that I planted for them. So it's in a little worse soil, and I'm not watering it. I never fertilize the sunchokes. Just kind of whatever's in the area. But another angle of the potatoes. They're getting a little floppy. I came out one day and they were kind of flopping over, but again, looking healthy. They just tend to flop over. I don't know what that is. I don't know if one of these days I'll try to get a more vertical, taller support, like a 3 or 4 foot kind of metal fencing enclosure kind of, and then that way I get a little support. But for now, we'll see. Alright, this is a very long video. Gonna peace out. Till next time.